Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB the Sexy Ninja in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. Oh, I feel good. I just got done watching Collision, October 28th, 2023. Tony, Kevin, Nigel on commentary. We're in Uncasville. Is that what it's called? This arena, and I saw a lot of videos and footage and people showing how empty the arena is and whatnot, and I don't know what to say. They had probably one of the biggest main events you could have in professional wrestling for television being promoted on this show. And as I was watching the show, I was looking at the stands, and I noticed they didn't have the upper rafters or whatnot, more of the lower area and everything like that. And they showed the camera to a certain point, not like how SmackDown, they like to show the whole arena and show how full it is. It's all about smokes and mirrors sometimes, and just to make that crowd look. And I always wonder, because I haven't been to a show in so long that I've always wondered, if that happens where there's not enough space, do they just tell everyone to scoot in? That's what I've always figured at shows. They're like, okay, well, since we didn't sell this many tickets, everybody, if you want to just scoot in, and then we'll just have the hard cam on one side and the other. I saw someone's like, they need their own arena or something like that. I think in certain places they'll have that draw. I know they don't have the name WWE, but I think AEW is going to be fine. Everyone shows these things like, oh, ticket sales. Oh my God, look at the attendance. Oh, it's just like, no, I think AEW has a strong enough fan base to keep AEW around for a while. And Collision itself is a show that is brand new still. That's why I kind of laugh at that, because Collision is a very brand new show. Even though this show was created with CM Punk to hold the show, and then when CM Punk was let go, then it was given to Bryan Danielson. And guess what? Bryan Danielson is out for the rest of the year with an injury and everything like that. They're blaming it on the Orange Punch, or the Rainmaker or something like that. But speedy recovery to Bryan Danielson and everything like that. So, this show itself started off so like a banger, a different stage. They don't even do the promos before the intro anymore or anything like that. I really like that. But there's certain things disappearing from Collision that I like. And now it just feels like Dynamite on Saturday now. Even though we do have a big main event tonight, we started off with the banger with Jay White versus AR Fox. And I'm looking at AR Fox, I'm thinking, what the fuck, man? What happened to you? When he got with Swerve, I thought that was the best fucking decision that could have been made booking-wise. Because I was like, yeah, AR Fox is a superstar. The man's smooth as pie. I don't know what that means, but he was smooth like fucking pie. And then he got kicked out of of Swerve's group and everything like that. He lost his chance to be at All in London, and then he just sort of just disappears. He had this weird feud with fucking Nick Wayne and, Darby Allin, and that just kind of got thrown by the wayside, and then it's like AR Fox versus Jay White. I was like, oh, and then AR Fox and Jay White pull off a banger of a match. Jay White for the win, yes, but it's just like, what happened? Why did AR Fox get hurt? AR Fox get hurt or anything like that? It's just fucking crazy to me. This dude was on top of the world with Swerve by Swerve's side, then kicked off so immediately, and then, and then he just kind of just left in the dust. I don't understand. I just don't. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass are going to celebrate National 69 Day next Collision. And Max invited MJF and said, hey, I'll let you 69 me, I'll 69 you. And I'm just like, oh, baby, call it a good goddamn time. And it was like, damn it, Max. So National 69 Day. Then we have Dalton Castle with the boys, and the boys are going to take on the Guns. Next match, it's like Bullet Club Gold just stayed out there. Guns for the win. We have an MJF / Omega package. Oh, wait. I almost skipped over this because this kind of pissed me off. So maybe a little bit of a rant. Yes, I know next week is the big 8-man tag team match. And in that match, Jay White needs to give back the championship. Though that's what MJF says, that, that's what set up this match and everything like that. And the agreement, and everyone's saying, yeah, we'll fight, but never. I'm a little, when he's got the title, I was like, good. For fuck's sakes, man. I think Jay White's had this title for too long. And, with with commentary constantly like, no, even though he has it, MJF is our champion. And with a big fight night like tonight with MJF versus Kenny Omega, he should have had that fucking title around his fucking waist. It just annoyed me. When he got it, I was like, oh, great. And then Jay White and them just stole it back. And I was like, okay, is he going to get it back before? Is the devil going to show up? Is he going to help him get the championship back? But that ruins the stipulation of next week's match, right? No, I don't know. This really pissed me off as a wrestling fan, because he should have that championship around his waist, especially on one of the biggest matches on television, and it got me upset, as clearly. And speaking of awesome, going into awesome, MJF and Omega package, Danhausen package, Lexi was with Ryan, and then CJ and Miro, who gives a shit. Then we move on. We got the AEW Women's Championship in this Fright Night match, Sheeta versus Abaddon. Sure. There was a spot where I as a pro wrestling fan, I understand it's supposed to be silly. We're supposed to have the cobwebs and pumpkins and all this shit, but it comes down to like somewhat believability, right? So when she throws candy, not even hard candy, that would have made the spot even better if it was hard candy, like the hard candy your grandparents eat that breaks your fucking teeth. It was gummy bears and some other stuff. They took a spot on it and everyone's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, come on. Sheeta for the win. We move on. Tony Storm comes out, black and white color, black and white color, black and white color, So we're going to have Sheeta and Tony Storm at Full Gear. It's going to happen. We got Ricky, Dax promos, they're cutting them on each other and everything like that, which should have been at the starting of the show like they've been normally doing, but, what do I know? Shane Taylor, Keith Lee package, Ring of Honor Television Championship. Did I really think that Rhett Titus was going to beat Samoa Joe? No. Samoa Joe came out there and Joe killed him. I thought Joe was going to pick up the mic, but I was like, okay, this is a squash. Rhett Titus has been now anointed part of the squash gang, got squashed by Samoa Joe. Renee's backstage, QTV, who fucking cares? Claudio promo, he's mad at Orange Cassidy, he's mad at Okada, they hurt his boy, and he's going to go after him. Doesn't matter who, Claudio is ready. He cuts a promo so dangerous and scary, he sounds like Liam Neeson's in Straight Tooken, when he says, I'll find you, and I'll beat the shit out of you. So, Ricky Starks versus Dax, fun match, but a little bit of a wonky ending. Especially with the pile driver and stuff like that, and the House of Black are in the crowd. Julia Hart is back, and then then it came down to a big brawl after Ricky Starks won. FTR, is with they're being like cornered and stuff. Then LFI comes out, teams up with them to take on the House of Black and Ricky Starks and Big Bill. Big fight. I was more out of all of this. I was happy about Roosh. I'm going to see Roosh back in the fucking ring. That's the one thing I was excited about this whole thing. I was like, I like the other guys, this and that, but I'm a big fan of Roosh. Like, this dude, Roosh is the shit. The shit. Lexi's backstage with Andrade. I don't know. Claudia, Andrade's with his father-in-law, unless, I don't know. I heard there was rumors bad relationship between Andrade and Charlotte, but who knows? I don't want to stir the pot there. I don't need to. Chris, Willow, Sky, backstage. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Claudio Castagnoli versus Tracy Williams. This was another Squash Gang memory. Claudio comes out and just bada bang, bada boom. That was it. Make it a statement. He's going to get revenge for his boy, Bryan Danielson. We got a new before I talk about the main event, we got a new pay-per-view coming up December 30th, World's End. Got some Avengers feel to it, some logos, the stars and all that. So new pay-per-view. AEW World Heavyweight Championship. MJF versus Kenny Omega. I've been waiting for this match. I wanted to watch this match in its entirety. I needed this match this week because I wanted this match. I'm a big fan of these two. I'm a huge fucking fan of MJF. Everyone knows that. I ever since I jumped into this AEW pool and started drinking the Kool-Aid, I found my favorite candies, and one of them, pure eye candy, is that MJF. And you talk about a match, but this is where I got a little frustrated as a professional wrestling fan here, as he's coming out and they're doing the entrances and whatnot. I'm like, he needs the fucking title around his waist. He needs to hold that championship up. I know there's people out there be like, oh no, well, we all know that he's the champion. I mean, no, it's all about visual and stuff like that. He has the title around his waist. You know it's the champ. And you got other people on the commentary saying like, oh, well, Jay White's not the champion, even though he has the championship, but the champion should have the championship, and I know he's going to get it back next week, but still, this caliber of a match, and he doesn't have the championship on. You even have JR on commentary, and this was one of the best main events on Collision on TV. Like, this match was fucking awesome, and he doesn't have the fucking championship. He couldn't even hold it up, but we did have a great moment where he shakes Kenny Omega's hand, and we got kangaroo kicks, we got, sportsmanship and everything like that. We got a crazy table spot, we got some crazy kicks and everything. You got Don Callis come out there for some reason with his little screwdriver, and after all is said and done, MJF retains the championship, and he will be the longest reigning AEW champion. And that's why, and this is why I got frustrated with this high caliber of a match between two huge stars in the biz. I'm gonna say the business, brother. Two huge stars in the business, brother. One's defending his streak, and we don't even have the championship there as a visual eye, like visually there. And it kind of threw it off for me, and I was just like, when Jay White took the title, I was like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, let him take it. Then MJF will get it back, and, let this be a few weeks. So I think it's been like 3 or 4 fucking weeks since he's had this championship, or it's about to be a month since he took the Champs Championship. Like, how fucking weird is that? Like, I just don't know. That, besides this being my favorite match, and I gotta say, a contender for match of the year, MJF versus Kenny Omega, it totally just kind of threw me off with MJF not having that championship around his waist or holding it up, especially at the end, or especially in the starting coming out. There we go. That's it. Dropping it, putting it down. Samoa Joe's watching on. Wardlow's watching on. Hobbs is watching on. Bullet Club Gold's watching on. And MJF has a bigger target on his back, and we're going into Dynamite next week. A lot of stuff going on. Bryan Danielson's out. We got the new pay-per-view World's End. And I think, too, that we're definitely going to get, AEW is going to be on HBO Max. I just, that thing came up earlier, the report and whatnot. Now they have B&R Live. That's how I've been watching the World Series, the playoffs, and BR is, Bleacher Report is where I watch the pay-per-views personally. Every AEW show since I started covering AEW has been on Bleacher Report. So we'll see how it goes. But all right, y'all. Favorite match of the night, MJF versus Kenny Omega. Second match, Jay White versus AR Fox. I'm sorry, I got a little bit of a rant. I just love this business so much, and sometimes when things happen, it just really irks me. It could be one thing, like the show could be incredible, but there could be that one thing that just kind of throws it off. That's just personally for me. I love Tony, I love Kevin, I love Nigel. They kicked Kevin off, though, for JR. Oh, man, but all right, y'all. Tell me what you think of the show. Drop those comments below, and go check out Jim Cornette's review on Ric Flair coming back, man. That's the funniest. You want to talk about funny? That is some of the funniest shit you hear. I love Jim Cornette. Shout out to Jim Cornette and his podcast, man. The dude's been in this business a lot longer than a lot of folks and stuff like that. But he has a mind, and he has some things to say, controversial wise or not. He has things to say, and I gotta say his review of Ric Flair being in AEW is pretty funny. So, all right, y'all, that's it. That's all. What do I give this show? I give this show a solid 5 out of 5 for the main event. But overall show, I give the show a solid 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5, but I'm just giving the 5 out of 5 for the fucking main event, because that was some good shit. That was some good shit right there. So go check it out, y'all. Tell me what you think. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And as always, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Oh! He kicked him right in the face now. Trying to pet him off Sunrise once again. There it is. One.